Don't mind me. I got a hard candy in my mouth. And I was just running through the years of this garbage again. Um, Trying to appreciate, in terms of foresight, I've been trying to reason some of this out to be able to ratchet it down, but I don't know if there's ever going to be a way to do it with certainty. I mean, we're told what's coming. The tricky thing is trying to pinpoint a year. I don't know if you can. I really don't know if you can. I've been trying to, and to a certain degree, I think you could kind of ratchet it down, but I might be wrong. I've told you guys before, I was off by the COVID bullshit. I thought that was going to happen probably, I'd say at least 2 to 4 years after it actually did. I knew something was fucked up having to do with 2020. I just didn't think that was it. And that's a whole nother ball of wax with something else that I'm up to, but and was prior to that. Either way, I asked DARPA's Google to list major events, for lack of better words. That shit. And this is what it produced. I mean, we have the influenza jazz from 1918, 1929, Wall Street, 1939, Germany invades Poland, 1941, Pearl Harbor, 1945, atomic bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, 1955, and keep in mind some of these are spanning years in this case, specifically, Vietnam, 1962, Cuban Missile Crisis, 1963, assassination of JFK, 1968, assassination of Martin Luther King. Notice there's no mention of Malcolm X on here. 1969, Apollo 11 bullshit. 1972, Watergate. This one cracked me the fuck up because I did not remember this. 91, end of the Cold War. 91 was one of my favorite years on this rock in my early days. It's my 10th birthday. It just made me laugh. I was like, oh, wow, yeah, I forgot I lived through the Cold War, the end of it. 1995, Oklahoma City bombings. You guys all know this one. And then 2003, for some reason I thought the Columbia disaster bullshit, I thought this happened earlier in the time frame, but I'm mixing that up, I guess. And then it throws in, Obama being elected, but it also mentions global financial crisis. We got 2016 Pulse nightclub shooting, 2016, throws in Donald Trump. Why is he in there? There's nothing else associated with that. It's curious, don't you think? I think it's highly suspicious. 2020 bullshit. And it continues to this day. 2021 attack on the U.S. Capitol, my asshole. In 2022, more fucking divisive bullshit. Most of this, if not all of it, is orchestrated, man-made, by design, not coincidence. But trying to pinpoint how often will they roll something out is the question. It's been exceptionally hot here in Portland, Oregon, come March. Questionable, so it makes me, I know I keep saying that, but I imagine we would have a very cold winter because it's so fucking warm if the heat trends. And if I'm not mistaken, it's because of HARP, because geoengineering is alive and well, and people have forgot all about the finer details having to do with that, and most people don't think that's the culprit. Yeah. The other bit, if I'm not mistaken, it's in the programming. This is from years back now, because our masters leave these things in the programming early on to tell us what's going to happen. If you live on one of the coasts, and or both of them, I mean, you don't necessarily live in two places at once, but some yuppies do. They bounce back and forth. Pretty sure there's going to be something bad off the coasts of one or both coasts down the line. A moment ago, before I clicked record, I had some of this fleshed out of my head, and I'm also on the fence on whether or not I should even rattle some of it off. I've been trying to, like I said, reason this out in terms of how would they roll this out in order to rope people in and get them to buy into this and run in all the directions that they want us to run in. I'm also waiting for water to boil. There we go. You could say I'm distracted. Not that most of you will probably see this anyway. And even if you did, I mean, how many of you would give two shits if I'm not handing you something, on the spot. Does that make sense? Probably not. But I'm not giving you a prepackaged cookie cutter outline for you to click repost on. Most of you don't care. And that's a fact. I've been at this a very long time. And when I did hand people stuff, most people couldn't even bother to say thank you. I mean, that's who you and I are surrounded by. A lot of people out there, they're good people. They're just not very bright. And they're definitely not willing to do the right thing. I was watching that film Scream tonight. I haven't seen it in a long time. Think back to when I did see it. Went to a lot of movies in theaters, but I've only gone to a handful, I should say, in my life, I think, with people. And that's one I went to with one of my old dead friends. We both took our girlfriends at the time. So it stands out in a different way. The reason I mention it is there's a scene in it with Jamie Kennedy where he works in a video store. And I was thinking about the fact that people didn't fight to keep things like that open. There's a few, but people didn't fight for stuff like that. Because our masters got us through convenience and entertainment. If it's easier to quote-unquote stream something, some of these, grassroots, this, that, and the other thing will fall to the wayside and be lost. It should trouble you. Things like that should trouble you. My mind's spinning. I'm thinking about superficial internet babies who were born literally yesterday and are going to be raised with, 2-second clips where you have no context, you have no message, you just get a loud, stupid noise and something goofy, some slapstick, and that's their version of information. That's where we're headed. And it's all prepackaged. It's all sanctioned, for lack of better words. You can't color outside the lines. You can't leave anything online. That's where we're going with things. Where it's all bullshit, positive vibes only. Absolutely pointless rot. And you're being told, this is smart stuff for smart people. And you sure are one of them. And people will argue, I'm one of them. And then they'll click repost and it will just get worse and worse and worse. Because again, people aren't willing to actually do the right thing. If they were, a number of these issues in here would have never happened. All of these things, by and large, only took place because all the wrong people were in charge. Because you and I are surrounded by exceptionally dim lights who are doing what? Digesting the latest fucking entertainment. Again, I'm telling you, I'm watching Scream again. It applies to that. There's a reason why we've been lulled into these daydreams. It's a daydream within a daydream. And things just keep getting worse. I wonder why. I wonder how that could be. I've complained numerous times over, if there are no checks and balances, things will get wildly out of hand, and they have. And they have. In the programming, and you guys already know this, most likely there's going to be a cyber attack. Most likely they're going to shut off the grid. Here, and that's another bit I should probably throw out there. There are people talking right now about supply chain issues, and some people are circulating shit saying it may affect us around September. I think it's going to happen 2 different stages. And when this does happen, it's most likely going to take place during winter. So that more people, they can quote capitalize on it. It's a bad way to put it, but they can maximize the death toll. People will be cut off from electricity and food for the most part. And I imagine this is going to happen sooner than later, but maybe I'm wrong. And it may also coincide with these things that I was alluding to off the coast. Or coasts. Absolute chaos for a brief spell. At least I think so. But you never know. Maybe I got it wrong. Maybe I do. And there's more to that, of course. I've rattled off things having to do with it numerous times, but this video is, longer than 2 seconds. You probably won't see it, like I said earlier. And I probably should stop putting any time and energy into it. If you sat through this, I'm surprised you even saw it. I mean, pardon me, surprised you saw it.